What's up, guys? Dar MMA back with another video. Like, subscribe, spam the comments. Today we're going to be matchmaking the UFC lightweight division. Biggest MMA YouTuber very soon. One video equals one subscriber right now. That's my ratio. So make 1,000,000 videos, get 1,000,000 subscribers. That's how it be, guys. We're going to win. We're going to win. Okay. So starting off, first fight I think we need to make Jalen Turner versus BSD, bro. Give me this fight because I just know someone's going to sleep. That's why I want it, and I think it's going to be BSD. I think BSD should be sent to the GFL, respectfully. But he fought Dustin Poirier, lost all his aura, and now he's just cooked. He's losing to everyone. But I honestly, I hate to say it, I'm a Jalen Turner fan, bro. Seeing Jalen Turner enter the top 5 or like the top 10 of lightweight would be so entertaining, bro. He's 6'3" at 155. Think about that. Think about Jalen Turner versus like fucking Poirier. Poirier's 5'8", 5'9". That would be so entertaining. I don't know why. I have an affinity for people who are like, okay, this sounds kind of weird. Affinity, like I enjoy watching people who have good physical gifts compete in mixed martial arts. Is that better? Yeah, that's how I'll say it. So I want to see this fight because I want to see Jalen Turner knock out BSD. BSD, you're going to the GFL, buddy. And for this video, my matchmaking, if someone already has a fight booked, I'm not going to matchmake them, obviously. And some guys I just don't give a shit about, like Grant Dawson, respectfully. If you came to watch Grant Dawson get matchmaked, you're at the wrong channel, buddy. Go watch someone else. Like, go watch Keon Kimura or whatever. Next fight, this is already booked recently, but for unforeseen circumstances, these guys not fight. Rebook Moicano versus Dariush. Honestly, I wanted to book Dariush with someone above him in the rankings just because he did he didn't get his Moicano fight after a full fight camp, full weight cut. Felt like he deserved it, maybe fight up in the rankings just for what he did for the company, but I don't know. There's really no one above. The lightweight's so stacked, bro. There's no one above him where it's like, yeah, Dariush can fight that guy. That would be competitive. It's like Beneil versus Taporia, nah. Beneil versus Holloway, no. Charles, no. Yeah, like we're not Armand again, no. Like there's Hooker, no. There's no one above him where it's like, okay, yeah, Beneil can fight that guy and he won't get brutally knocked out. So I want to see Beneil versus Moicano. I think this is very winnable for Beneil. Honestly, I'd pick Beneil. I think that's not recency bias. I would have picked him if this fight happened before the Makhachev-Moicano fight. I just think Beneil, he's a natural 155er. Moicano, I feel like, is still kind of skinny for the weight class. Beneil, really good grappler. I don't think Moicano has the power, to knock him out. And I think Beneil's defensive grappling and grappling in general is too good to be submitted. I do think this fight would go to decision, but I just think Beneil's more powerful on the feet, better striking, not very good defense, unfortunately, but Moicano kind of has pillow hands. I could just definitely see Beneil Dariush winning this fight via like a good scrambling performance. Maybe he rocks Moicano once or twice, like backs him up with a big overhand, like the same one he got Gamrot with. I need to stop saying call me out in the comments for it, so I say it too much. I need to start speaking elegantly. But moving on, next fight I want to make, this should be BMF fight, honestly. This is a banger. I honestly am not, honestly, I need to stop saying honestly too. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the BMF belt, but I would not mind seeing Charles Oliveira versus Holloway for the BMF belt. I think this is a banger fight. Think about how this fight would go. Do you think Oliveira's offensive wrestling looked so good against Chandler, who's a damn good wrestler too. I would lean Oliveira just because of how his offensive wrestling has improved. If it was strictly on the feet and like mainly on the feet, maybe like for most of the fight, I would pick Holloway because I do think Oliveira leaves himself exposed. Obviously, he did look better with that in the Chandler fight, but I would pick Holloway. But because of his offensive wrestling and how I feel like Oliveira would mix it up in this matchup, I'm gonna go with Oliveira. But think about how great this could easily main event a pay-per-view. Honestly, UFC's like has had some atrocious main events. Honestly, I like Pantoja. I put him high in my pound for pound ranking. I don't want to see Pantoja main event, respectfully. Like, I think this is a dang good main event, bro. I'm if I love the UFC 291 style pay-per-view every like 5 to 10 pay-per-views. That was the card with Pereira Blachowicz, Gaethje Poirier main evented for the BMF belt. Kevin Holland versus Chiesa was on that card. I forget who. Derek Lewis versus the Brazilian NPC that he flying kneed. Like, that was such a good card, bro. So entertaining. I actually really enjoyed that card. If they do something like that with this fight, but you don't even need something like that, bro. Everyone, two former champs, everyone loves these guys. Everyone loves Oliveira. Everyone loves Max Holloway. They got no haters, bro. Come on. This is a no-brainer. Next, this is gonna be Poirier's retirement fight in Louisiana. I I don't know. I was thinking about bringing back Nate Diaz, but I felt that was kind of unrealistic because I don't know. I feel like Poirier wants to fight someone who's more competitive. I was thinking Colby Covington just because the rivalry there, but I ended up settling with Dan Hooker. I think, look, Dan Hooker still wants to. He's like going for the belt, and this is a fight that puts him forward. Good rematch. The fight they had during 2020, if that was in front of a crowd, would have been absurd. This is a very winnable fight for Dustin Poirier. I think I would pick him just because Dan Hooker, very hittable, very like, I don't know. I just, I don't know. This isn't really based off of facts, but it's just I don't know why. I feel like he's fragile. Even though he has a crazy chin, I feel like the optics of him getting hit so much is bad, and I think I would pick Poirier by like standing TKO. I think it would be similar, like a similar, not a similar fight, but a similar stoppage to the Arnold Allen fight. I think this would be Poirier by round 3 standing TKO would be my pick, just because I think Poirier's power is so much bigger. I don't see Dan Hooker knocking him out. If Hooker wins, I just don't see a path to victory for Hooker because I don't think this fight would go to decision. Because if it was a 5-rounder, if it was a 3-rounder, it would be Poirier by decision. But in a 5-rounder, I would pick Poirier by standing TKO just because or doctor stoppage, just because the accumulation of damage that Dan Hooker wears on his face, along with how he's just very hittable in my opinion. That's what I would do. Next, we're going with Islam Makhachev's next title defense. Just book this fight, bro. Book this and book Khamzat DDP for International Fight Week. That's easy, a million pay-per-view buys. Easy. You got Islam Makhachev, huge star in the UFC, probably arguably one of the biggest, second or third biggest star in the UFC, behind maybe Topuria and someone. But you have Topuria in that fight anyway. Then you have Khamzat, one of like all my friends, UFC fan or not, know who Khamzat Chimaev is. The guy's a dog. Like, put Khamzat versus DDP, beat Adesanya, his star power's up. Beat Strickland twice. Strickland's a pretty big star in the UFC. If you do that, I don't care what the undercard is, just take my money, bro. I would pay $500 for that pay-per-view, respectfully. Pay, by the way. But look, like, I would lean Makhachev in this fight just because I just feel like Topuria doesn't have the defensive grappling prowess that we give him credit for. I feel like he's a good offensive grappler. I just feel like Makhachev would be able to take him down. Volk is a brick wall. What's his name? The guy Conor McGregor butchered for the interim title. Chad Mendes. I think Volk got taken down by Chad Mendes once or twice. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's like it. At featherweight, we've seen Topuria get taken down by Bryce Mitchell a few fights ago, which is really not a good Like, Bryce Mitchell's good, don't get me wrong, but he's not Islam Makhachev. He doesn't have the strength or the wrestling prowess, grappling prowess that Islam Makhachev has. So I would lean Makhachev. I would pick Makhachev by finish. I think Makhachev either feints a takedown and like knocks Topuria down and submits him, or I think Makhachev finds a submission on the ground, or even ground and pound. I could see. I just don't see a path to victory for Topuria. I think he would have to knock him out, and I think Islam is hittable. He is a little, like we saw in the Poirier fight. Guy does get hit, but I feel like against Topuria, he would take, like, honestly, I feel like against Poirier, he didn't take the fight super seriously, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he took the fight very seriously, but I think against Topuria, this would be a big fight for him. This would be like a very, very big fight. I think Topuria is a way bigger star than we're giving him credit for. Went to the Bernabeu, by the way. Like, I don't know who's a soccer fan, but Real Madrid posting you and all that, it's crazy. I would pick Makhachev, though. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, spam the comments, boost the algorithm. See you guys soon.